morning, good evening. Welcome to TV5 and Mana TV. You are watching Insight with Praveen live from Atlanta today. Today's, as you know, Insight with Praveen is mostly for Indo-Americans and NRIs who have achieved or any leadership or learning abilities will be telecasted here to help facilitate everyone. In the similar aspect today, I wanted to really go into what is AI, what is generative AI. This has been a buzzword around in the technology, and I thought to take some time and give more brief about generative AI from our host today. In a second, I will introduce the host, but before that, I would definitely wanted to know to tell you what exactly we'll be doing today. So we'll be learning what is AI, what is generative AI, how generative AI has undergone a remarkable evolution, transforming from early experiments to powerful systems capable of producing remarkably human-like content across various mediums. It is rooted in simple rule-based systems. Generative AI has exponentially advanced in leveraging neural networks and deep-level architecture. Anywhere, everywhere in all the softwares today, we'll see this buzzword generative AI. So before that, how an individual or a business need to be cognizant to learn more these skills on generative AI. So let's welcome our guest, Mr. Jawahar Govindaraj. Very good evening, sir. Thank you so much for spending some time in your busy schedule. And we really welcome to this show to educate on generative AI and with your experience.
Thanks a lot. It's my pleasure, Praveen.
First
of all, Merry Christmas and wish you a Happy New Year 2024.
Thank you. So let's get started to introduce our guest. Jawahar Govindaraj is a CTO and head of Gen AI and data and automation. And he has a company called Gen S4 Tech from UK. He's basically from United Kingdom, but he's a great speaker and he travels across the countries and he gives speeches across on the technology. He's a seasoned global leader with 24 years of driving impactful digital transformations and innovation initiatives worldwide, specialized in generative AI, ML, chatbot, data engineering, and low-code automation technologies, consistently delivering tangible benefit. He also played different roles in the CXOs, and he is into different domains like banking and fintech, government sectors, manufacturing, energy and utilities, and healthcare. And he's also done his MBA from Washington University in St. Louis, USA, Masters from IIT Bombay Alumni, and he has also done some artificial intelligence and ML and strategy. Thank you so much, and it's a great journey. We could realize that you have a lot of expertise in generative AI. So, Govind, I think today we will touch. This is the basic first generative AI session which I'm conducting on my show. It is basically to give insight to all my audience, Indo-Americans who are living in America and also the NRIs across the world. So I thought this initiative to take what is the AI, what is generative AI, how a normal person should understand this generative AI, and what are the steps everyone should be aware to learn, to upskill, to sustain in this IT industry.
The first one is generative AI is a subset of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So before getting into Gen AI, the roadmap is something different. The path is something different. Those days, simply, we were using business process management or workflow engines, we were using. And the next stage is, we are getting into business process automation or something. And the next stage is, we call it as robotic process automation, RPA or something. RPA is a low-hanging fruit or it's a brainless tool. Brainless in the sense, whatever we are giving XY coordination or something like that, it keeps on going left or right, whatever the instruction, that's what it keeps on doing. It doesn't have any brain or something like that. Any advanced level of automation in the sense, we have to go for artificial intelligence and machine learning based automation, we have to go for it. But those days, AI and ML in the sense, it is a very, very difficult task in the sense we have quite a lot of challenges, in terms of data, preparing data and, big data or something like that, volume, variety, velocity, quite a lot of things, we have to do. On top of it, we have to train the data and a lot of accuracy, define, retrain, quite a lot of things, we have to do. And computational power, cost, budget, a lot of things are there. It takes quite a lot of time to achieve accuracy or output or the purpose. But now the Gen AI wise, it's everything is available in a ready-made manner. Simply I can able to say that it's a low code way, you can able to go and use it and interact and you can able to get the output or implement quickly. So everything is pre-trained way, everything is available so that 60 to 70% of the cost saving is available. So no need to go through the hard way, whatever we have done previously in a systematic way or manual way, whatever we are doing. Gen AI, it gives, quite a lot of advantages and lot of, tangible benefit, intangible benefit, it can able to give, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So before we get into deeper of what is a generative AI, Govind, many times every one of us are into IT. Whoever are in the NRIs, most of them, I would say 80% of them will be into IT, right? From an individual perspective, from the small businesses perspective, from the enterprise level. So, what are the things you suggest for every individual to be cognizant of this generative AI? Whatever they do, how do they adopt this? What kind of skills they need to gather? That would be very beneficial to all the audience today.
The first one is where and all we can able to use Gen AI. And second one is, how to adapt, what would be the roadmap, long term and short term or something.
Yeah.
The first one is enterprise level, we can able to implement anywhere and everywhere.
Mhm.
Everywhere in the sense, even banking, fintech, customer care, even insurance side, educational side, legal, government initiative or something like that, even college, universities, everywhere, we can able to implement quickly, simply, easily. I can able to give some examples also, I can able to give.
Mhm.
Suppose, contact center, most of the time, even if you're taking banking or insurance or whatever it is taking quite a lot of time. In a typical way, IVR in the sense, taking a phone and, press 1, 2, 3 or something like that. Connecting to the agent, it takes a quite a lot of time. But if you're implementing conversational AI or chatbot in the sense, easily you can able to go connect whatever you want within fraction of a second. Similarly, if you're talking something in a developers, writing some documentation in the sense, they will run away. And they can able to write, 5,000 codes and 10,000 code, they can able to do, but writing, no. But, AI can able to do anything and everything for you. So it is the greatest advantage, I can say that. Similarly, in an educational way, in the sense, in college or a school or something like that, everything we can able to prepare something in a LLMs or models or something. Students can able to go interact and they can able to get whatever they want or something like that. So similarly, legal also, we can able to go for, quite a lot of use cases are available. Those days, 700 pages or 500 pages in the sense, legal person is going through page by page, extracting documents or values or something, feeding or something like that. It takes for about 5 to 7 days, 10 days also. But this one is, it can able to simplify everything in few fraction of second or 5 minutes or less than that. So it is the one. Easily you can able to interact with the document. What are the questions you can able to ask and you can able to get it also. So like that, the use cases everywhere, you can able to implement. So it gives a lot of productivity, efficiency. It will reduce the cost also, time also, it can able to do. Tangible benefit and intangible benefit also, it can able to give. That is the first question. Now, the second one is in the sense, how to learn, how to pick it up. So before getting into LLMs and generative AI in the sense, for a high level leadership level in the sense, most of the times you can able to go get it from AWS or else, Amazon or Google or Coursera, Udemy, a lot of courses are available. So those things, for your level, whether you are a beginner or a leader, intermediate, or, programmatic level, you can able to choose it and you can able to pick it up and go. But for that, if you want to make your hands dirty, there are quite a lot of programming languages are available. Even it can be Python or a JavaScript or a TypeScript or a Golang, whatever it is, you have to get expert in it. But still, if you want to go generate your own data set and models, in the sense, you have to touch the data engineering, data lake, and everything, data break, Snowflake. So those things, ETL related things, you have to touch. So it is depends upon the people to people, kind of the courses are something different.
I understand that the language Python or anything, if you want to touch the AI, we need to learn. But today we hear more about prompt engineering. So
Yeah.
when you see the next level to the chat GPTs, bots, whatever the platforms we see, how do
Mhm.
you use in your daily life and what should anyone learn to operate this?
Okay. There are two things. One is prompts and prompts engineering. There are two things. Prompts in the sense, no need to know anything about the languages or something. The only thing is, kind of what kind of questions, I'm giving. That's the way, it will go and respond or something like that. I'm giving some sample questions. We call it as interference or something like that, zero or multi or single interferences or something like that. So this one, in the sense, we are training, giving some sample questions and answers. That's the way the model itself, it trains itself and it can able to give the output or something. But prompt engineering, in the sense, programmatically, we are fine tuning that particular model to respond what we need or something like that. So there are, quite a lot of things are, available, and depends upon the language model, LLMs, kind of we have to choose that particular programming language and we have to go and fine tune it. So that's why, this is the difference. But, we have some advantages and disadvantages between this and this. One is, kind of the cost wise, kind of no need to invest much more. Also accuracy. Also, the second thing is, kind of what kind of data we needed to train the things, hardware, software, computer engineering, and based on the things, kind of we have to choose which one is the correct one, appropriate for your use case and purpose or something. So the purpose is important. Based on that, which side we have to go. But I don't even recommend pre-training. Fine-tuning, yes, that is the correct way we have to go. Pre-tuning, in the sense, based on the data size, it will take a long time. Long time in the sense it takes, can even sometimes 1 week to 1 month or something like that. Depends upon the data model size and everything.
Great. Govind, you also talked about two things, model and LLMs. How do a layman understand these terms? And in order to learn them, what do you think the knowledge levels they have to upscale?
This is very basic thing. From a consulting point of things, you have to sit with the CXOs and business leaders. What
Mhm.
is the purpose, they wanted to use? What are the business case and use case we need to understand? Understand in the sense, even sometimes it's a contact center related things, or a chatbot related things, or a text related things, or a call center I'm going to implement or something like that. Or else sometimes, the people are thinking that a computer vision based OCR, ICR or something like that, or image classification or something like that. Sometimes, people are thinking that, okay, I'm giving some hundreds and tens and thousands of document I'm going to give. So your model, it has to go learn, and kind of if I'm asking some questions, it has to respond or something like that. So based on the purpose and use cases, we have to choose the right LLMs we have to choose. But now the choosing the LLM, we have to categorize for about 40 to 50 different parameters we have to evaluate. Evaluate in the sense, sometimes, open source is available. Sometimes, cost is also involved. Cost in the sense, for asking prompt, input, output, there is a cost associated. So those things, carefully we have to capture. Second thing is, kind of what kind of responsible AI, kind of we are going to use. Use in the sense, what kind of knowledge and accuracy the LLM should have or something like that. What kind of domain adoptions, it has to bring. Domain adoption in the sense, I'm from a finance or banking or insurance. So that kind of knowledge is specific, it should have. On top of it, what kind of general knowledge it should have. If suppose I'm asking a question, who is the Prime Minister of India or UK or America or something like that. So that kind of general knowledge also, it has to give or something like that. So on top of it, what is the input characters, I'm going to give? Sometimes, different LLMs, it gives, thousands and 2,500 limitations are there. Sometimes, people are using, kind of, I'm copying Excel spreadsheet on table, I'm putting here, it has a limitation or something like that. And similarly, what kind of toxicity, kind of, it is going to address, it is going to limit or something like that. Governance AI, responsible AI, helpful, harmlessness, correctiveness, and the completeness. So everything, all things, kind of we have to evaluate carefully for our purpose with the cost, return on investment also, we need to think about it. On top of it, privacy, that is very, very important thing. Security also, we need to think about it. Industry to industry, there are regulations are different, regulations, compliance, policies. So those things also we have to consider. Then finally, we have to choose LLMs for our purpose. So putting together everything, once we have selected or shortlisted one or two in the sense, try to do a POC or a POV or a MVP. If it is giving that accurate in the sense, then, then we can go for the implementation. Before getting into the implementation, we have to submit whether the cost or something like that, how long does it go, what kind of accuracy and tangible benefit, intangible benefit, those things, we have to submit. Once it is approved, then only we have to go for the implementation or something like that.
Very interesting point, Govind. I think I also can understand that going forward, we will have the models and also the LLMs where you can select domain specific, your responsiveness specific, and what you need to implement. You need to pick and choose and then pay for it. Will my understanding is okay in the future? That is going to be?
Yeah, absolutely correct. The purpose is important. At the moment, one LLM's not even solving the whole purpose of any company. If suppose, if we're taking banking in the sense, we have thousands and thousands of, business process and business scenarios, KYCs, we have digital onboarding is there, trading is there, also anti-money laundering is there, also contact center is something different, wealth customers are something different. But everything, each and everything in the sense, in a holistic view, we have to think about which LLM is giving the right input or something like that. Based on that 40 to 45 different parameters, then only we have to choose. On top of it, this security things, what is the IP, patent, privacy, data related things also we have to consider. Then finally, we have to choose.
Excellent. I think let's just going a little deeper. It is too much to digest for the audience as well. So when you talk about generative models, there are also different types of models. What a layman should understand, what are the different types of generative models?
Okay. This one is at the moment, and in a simple way. So I'm going to my use cases for about question and answers or a chatbot related things. So that is the one in the sense that that's something different. Some cases, they're telling that, okay, I'm going to give some audio. Based on this audio, the LLMs, it has to generate some text or a document or something like that. This is a separate one. And similarly, video, audio, or a translation is a third use cases or something like that. Then fourth one is this is something related with image related classification or object detection or something like that. So for each and everything, we have a different types of LLMs and models are available because those LLMs are pre-trained. Pre-trained in the sense almost 70 to 80% of the things are readily available. The remaining 10% delta in the sense you have to put your own domain specific or business specific data you have to feed it. Say, for example, if somebody else is you are running an e-commerce shop or something like that using LLMs for your contact center, your customer is going and asking, hey, what happened to my product ID, or I purchased this, this is the product ID or purchase ID. So what is the status in the sense that point of time? It has to go interact with your enterprise system database or something. It has to go give the status or something. It is on delivery, it is coming or payment or something like that. It has to give for that specific thing. So that kind of combinations, you have to choose. Choose in the sense 80%, we can able to get it from general LLMs, and the remaining things, we keep on putting, API queries or RAG based, augmentation based things, kind of going, interacting with the real world system and getting, fetching and kind of giving the correct output or something.
Wow. I think this clearly says, Govind, I think 70-80% of the job is done by this all generative AI or the LLMs, what is imbibed into our system.
Yeah,
Is
that's right. Yeah, that's right. 60 to 70% everything is ready-made available. We can say that low code, no code, no need to know deep dive, how it works or something like that. The one thing is you need to check the accuracy, how it is relevant for your business. That's what you need to check. Or do you have to do the fine tuning? You have to do a little bit.
Definitely. I think more we see the benefits, but however, we will talk the risks and also what are the learnings we have to do at the end. But before that, We know that since 1960 the evolution has been happening from the chatbots on the low code no code, then we see the RPAs, and now since 2 to 3 years you see this more of AIML. But if you see last year, since last year you see this chat GPTs and all those kinds of stuff. So now jumping into your own passion on finance domain, right, BFSI. So why don't you give some notable examples how this transformation happened, taking some bank example and taking some areas where this generative AI has already been implemented to your knowledge?
Okay. So I can categorize into three areas: simple cases and medium cases, and complex or large cases or something. Straightforward, if you want to implement generative AI and get benefit in the sense, all your project management, PMO related things, straight away you can able to go use it. Use it in the sense there is a PMO and project managers are there, kind of they are what they are doing in the sense preparing project plan and preparing report, risk, all things they are doing in the sense. The same thing, kind of LLMs can able to do. And there are quite a lot of plugins are available, whatever you wanted to get or a report, those things, it's a tangible benefit, straight away you can able to get. And similarly, anti-money laundering in the sense, most of the times in a bank, so once the money is going out of country to third party country or something in the sense, they're spending quite a lot of time, where it is going and which company permutations and combinations they are doing. So if they fail to do in the sense something goes wrong in the sense, the central bank, they are putting huge penalty, and the name also, it will get damaged. So in order to avoid that, straight away, AML also, kind of we can able to do this LLMs, and that's a way quickly they can able to get a quick response or something like that. And similarly, digital onboarding. A customer is onboarding in the sense we keep on doing quite a lot of verifications and validations, CIBIL, scoring, and credit score. A lot of things we keep on doing. That's what it is taking a lot of time. So that also we can able to simplify. So simplify in the sense in few fraction of seconds, using LLMs. So I can able to go cross check and everything we can able to do. And similarly, the debt collection or something like that. So that's complete things, kind of we can able to do using this Gen AI based applications and LLM models, we can able to do. And contact center, most of the time in any bank, they're spending quite a lot in the sense most of the CXOs, they are using a simple terminology saying that straight through process in the sense you have to automate everything, because that's what most of my spending is going on. How can I improve my productivity? How can I improve my efficiency? How can I reduce my cost or operational cost or something? The complete things, the typical IVR into the chatbot or conversational way, kind of we can able to go do it, and quickly, we can able to get a quick benefit out of it. Also, similarly, the trade automation is a computer vision based thing.
Mhm.
Computer vision in the sense, for about reading 700 pages and 800 pages document, easily it can able to go fetch it in few fraction of second. 700 pages easily it can able to read and put it in, and that's the way the system can able to take a quick decision. And the next one is next best action. So if you're going to or calling to any banking system, the agent, typical way they are going, what is your name, number, or something like that. They go check, backhand, a lot of check, they keep on doing. It takes for about 20 minutes. We call it as average handling time or something like that. But this one, Gen AI, before you getting in, it can able to pinpoint, kind of who is this, what is his background, what are the queries, pending queries are there, what is the solution for it, what kind of products and services, we can able to support, everything it can able to give. Okay. On top of it, in IT world, even at least 60 to 70% of the code it can able to generate. Gen AI can able to generate a lot of codes. And testing also, it can able to cross-check the unit testing or functional testing, it can able to do. Even if you're writing for any test cases also, it can able to do. Test data also, it can able to provide. So all things, it can able to do. So these are the things, I can able to do. Also from a customer point of view, personalization, it can able to do quite a lot. Also contract management, we can able to do any claims related things, that also we can able to do. In IT world, if you're logging any ticket or something like that, it can able to go and tell that, oh, there is already ticket is available. This is the solution. No need to raise a new ticket or something like that. Easily solution it can able to give. Even within your IT, company also, it can able to use the chat GPT or generative AI, the LLMs. It can able to go interact with each and everything, HR, finance, supply chain management, it can able to go, this is the one, status or something like that. This is the solution. This is the pending query or something like that. All things, it can able to do. On top of it, if you're building any product or something like that, even you need to know about the customer within your own customers, outside the customers, general customers also. Then only you can able to build a good platform or a product or something like that. That kind of market research also, it can able to do.
Wow.
So many things, we can able to do auditing, finance, GRC, global risk governance also it can able to do. Even security also, kind of we can able to create a framework. If something goes wrong in the sense, automatically it can able to go capture it and it can able to report. So that kind of things also, it can able to do.
It's amazing that to see we have already implemented across all the 9 years. You have spoken about the project management, you've spoken about the security, you've spoken about most of the coding and testing practices which can be controlled, and you also talked about most of them are operational, right? So how
Yeah.
do you, I know that in the operation, the AI, ML, generative chatbots and all are successful. So what is your experience or learning from the, especially from the coding perspective, from the security perspective, from the testing perspective? How do you see that generative AI market has captured, or what will be more opportunities in the coming years?
Now, you asked the three things. One is coding, security, another one is testing. The coding wise, at least, it gives the basic structure, it can able to give a skeleton, we can able to say that, or high level, the process or a framework, it can able to give. From my knowledge is, at least 50 to 60%, kind of this is okay code. This is not expert level or advanced level architect is developing in the sense that it is not giving 50 to 60% okay. But if you are fine tuning, this is the way, kind of it has to be that. This is the way you have to write the parameters or, global things, then, this is the way you have to handle it in the sense. Still further, we can able to improve that coding standards and everything. And second thing is based on this, just we can able to go cross check, how my peers, they have written the code or something like that. Error handlings and exceptional handlings, whether they have followed properly, or documentation, whether they have done it, or else the system can able to generate a new documentation or something like that. Whether the approval process is going correct, or CI/CD, DevSecOps, kind of whether they have done it properly or something like that. All things, kind of we can able to automate using this Gen AI. My thing is, at least 50 to 60%, it gives the basic level skeleton, it does. So that is a huge cost saving. I can able to say that. Now, getting into the testing side. Testing side in the sense, this is not a typical testing. Testing wise, kind of we are doing actual versus expected. That's what, we keep on telling. So we are expecting 5 plus 4 in the sense 9. That's what the actual, if it is coming in the sense, we are clicking pass or something, that's what we are doing. But this one is that kind of structured way of testing in the sense for about scope is 10% or 5%. Say, for example, API way, I'm asking my product, where is the delivery? When is the delivery in the sense? This is a query, API, it is going and coming back. API testing is involved. But remaining 60 to 70% of the things are, unstructured way. It is not the way, kind of what you expect. So that kind of things, you need to know what kind of models and what kind of purpose, we are using that LLMs. How did we train? Train in the sense, this is something like inferences or prompts and prompts engineering, how we have used to get our output or something like that. We need to understand that. So we have different types of, techniques, we are using in the sense blue scores and rogue scores and errors, kind of what is the output it is giving, and based on that error, what is the accuracy, percentage of accuracy. So these are the things are, kind of very, very algorithmic way, or, mathematics way, kind of we are going and checking. And second thing is, we need to understand human is, involving in the sense, kind of we keep on going and giving some rewards in the sense, if it is giving, 10 or 15 outputs in the sense for a single query. So now human is giving, okay, this is the score number 1, 2, 0 or something like that. So based on that, the system is also trained itself and kind of it keeps on giving the output. Okay, so most of the times, you cannot expect the same type of answer from LLMs or models. So that's what the problem here it is. So normally what we do in the sense, if you're giving a training data set in the sense, For about 80% of the things, we are giving for a training and development. And the remaining 10%, we are giving it for a unit testing. And the remaining 10%, we are giving it for a testing purpose or something like that. The same data, kind of we try to use it. Also, kind of we try to compare with different models are there, models in the sense glue models are there. So that libraries, kind of we try to compare and how closely our answers are coming. So this is not 100, this is not 5 plus 4 and 9 equal to 9. No, we won't be getting at least the closest one, 70% or 80% or something like that. On top of it, we keep on checking the how closely, kind of it is giving the answers, what is the context and intent, it is giving the metrics and measurements. There is a percentage also, it is there. Calculation way, it is there. Also, the second thing is, this is 3H factor: helpfulness, harmlessness, toxicity, kind of how it is giving or something like that. So all things, kind of we keep on, privacy, the data related things for each and everything, algorithmic way, we can able to go calculate. And that's a way we try to fine tune the model again and again until we expect at least 90% or 95% above.
Very, very insightful, Govind. So, based on the conversation we had so far, it is very clear that at least 50 to 60% will be optimized. From you take any of the areas, optimization is for sure.
Yeah.
So, how is the life of an engineer is going to transform? Definitely, you see a 60% cut, right? But how do you see the resources to be engaged? What kind of roles you see? Because earlier when dot-com boom has come, then we thought the jobs will go, but again things have changed. Again, human intervention is continuously in the latest version. Again, we have to adopt it and we have to go. So in this you see huge, right? Earlier, if you see, there is a minimum 30% or 20% cut, but if you see here 50, 60, 70% of cut. So what how do you see the industry is going to change, and what the resources businesses need to think?
The first of all, this is two way of the two questions. One is the business side, always they keep on focusing into what kind of value benefits I'm getting. What is the return on investment? The productivity improves, or operational efficiency, it is going up or something like that. That's what, they keep on thinking about it. They are getting definitely for about 40 to 50%, they will be getting tangible benefit. And the next one is, getting into the customer side also, they are getting huge benefit out of it. Huge benefit in the sense, no need to wait or standing in line or something like that. Now, getting into the employees point of things, these technologies are going to help for their day-to-day task. If you're talking about a particular business case or business process in the sense, it keeps on touching across, multiple areas and multiple technologies, it involves. Say, for example, in KYC, if you're opening a bank account in the sense, the first thing is, you are going and filling some document or something like that. This document, normally, IDP or computer vision or OCR, it goes and extract the document and kind of feeding in. Once the data is feeding in the sense, the next technology comes in and kind of it does the rules engine and everything. It keeps on doing that. Okay, a civil score. And the background in the sense, third party in the sense, again, API based things, it keeps on going and searching or something like that. And the next one is the complete orchestration, RPA based things, we can able to do. Very, very advanced level in the sense, we have to go for artificial intelligence and machine learning or something like that. We keep on doing that. So like that, in a particular use case in the sense, multiple technologies are involved. Simply, Gen AI cannot able to replace or fulfill the complete end-to-end life cycle of a business process or business scenario. Few places, plug and play, kind of it can able to play, it can able to helpful at the moment. It can able to helpful for the employees so that, they can able to speed up their process or something. Example, previously before implementing any automation or something like that, the people are taking for about at least 4 days to 5 days to create an account, opening an account or something like that. After implementing RPA and BPM and everything, it reduced to 30 minutes and 40 minutes. And again, further, if you're drilling down in the sense, Jenny, if you're implementing in the sense, kind of further, few fraction of second, you can able to complete everything. This is improving the process. I mean, per day, you can able to complete, kind of multiple cases, you can able to do that. So that's the way, we need to think about it. Also, we have come across quite a lot of technologies. When automation testing tool comes into the picture, we were thinking that many job loss, it will happen. Still, manual testing is going on. New technology is also going on. So that's what the, and similarly, RPA, it can't even replace everything because that's a low hanging fruit. That's what, kind of this technology, it helps the people to improve their productivity and day to day life. That's the way, I'm seeing. This is not one solution for each and everything. For all, no.
Absolutely, you are right. As we go through, there are a lot of challenges on the integrations, tools, and all those stuff, right? So definitely now we talked about most of the benefits. Now coming to the challenges. In the banking domain, generative AI coming in, what are some of the challenges you encountered or your experience? Can you throw some light on that?
The first thing is in the challenges wise, there are many. Many in the sense, first one is data security and privacy. This
Mhm.
is very, very important. Second one is for taking any decision in the sense we have to provide the correct, accurate data, we have to provide. I mean, I'm talking about the quality of data
Okay.
because generative AI, kind of it is taking decisions in the sense millions, billions of data, if it is there, then only, based on that, it can able to give that accuracy. Now, this is not something like, few hundreds and thousands of records or something. So we need to have at least a few millions and billions, then only, it can able to give some accuracy. Now, the next one is the banking industry. It has its own compliance regulations, policies, and geographic based things also there, data, GDPR issues also there. So what is our IPs and a lot of things are there. Everything is auditable and everything. So this one we have to meet everything. And also, on top of it, the accuracy is very, very important. Accuracy wise, even sometimes back, kind of signature verifications we have done automated in the sense when you open the account of 10 years back, your signature is something different. Today's signature is something different. We try to match, and that one is approximately 99%. If it is coming closer, then only the auditing things, they give a green signal, and even more, they expect it 99.99%. So these are the things. Also, similarly, the privacy is very, very important. So, and ethics also, kind of we have to trust. On top of it, localization and language is also, pretty much important. And data center, kind of where you are storing that, this is very, very important. Also, our data, it should not move to the general open source side, it should not go. So what kind of security, cyber security things, we are having. So all these challenges on top of it, return on investment is very, very important. The people are asking, the CXO, simple one word is asking, Govind, you were telling a lot of things. What is my return on investment? That's what simply they're asking. Today, yesterday we are talking RPA, today something. So that one is, we have to keep it in mind. So how much, it is generating value to my CXOs and business and customers, and putting together everything only, kind of we have to implement or adopt a generative AI.
Absolutely. I definitely can see the challenges you see. And as you go through this generative AI phase, so then the risks, right? Definitely the compliance risk. There are health risks because every area the artificial generative AI is used. What will be the risks? How this can be compliant? What are the rules? So what are you seeing in the industry?
Okay. In the industry, in the sense, there is the adoption race is going on. So first, we need to check the maturity and what are the business cases, I can able to implement, what values, I can able to give the customer, and based on that only, this adoption, it can able to happen. Okay. In the industry straight away, all are, kind of, they are thinking that, generative AI can able to solve everything, their problems and everything. It is not that, we have to choose carefully. And that's one. And second thing is, when we are talking about the responsible AI, because the governments and local governments and global governments, they are putting a lot of regulations they are putting. The one thing is how harmful, kind of the response, it is going to generate biased things, whether it is whether it is going to generate or something like that. Also helpful one, correctiveness. Even sometimes, the challenges wise, one of the most of the toughest one is easily it forgets everything. We call it as, hallucination also effect is there. So these things and IP related things, all things, kind of we have to put it together. These are the risk, and these risk, kind of we have to monitor carefully which one we are going to hold within ourselves, what cost, we are spending, because the computational things, kind of we have to think about it for each and every query. Also, we are spending quite a lot of money in terms of, prompts, input and output. So all this risk, we have to calculate, and at the end of the day, we have to put the return on investment with all meeting all regulations and policies, risk governance, everything. Then we can go for the implementation. These are the things, I can say that.
Absolutely, Govind. I think you have given a lot of insights. So I will conclude this with the last question in the interest of time. One thing is on the learnings and certification. So from the individual to businesses, what kind of learning and certification you would suggest, or which is coming in front, they have to think through?
One thing is Andrew Ng, so deeplearning.ai. So he has given a number of short-term courses, and it's 2 months and 3 months, and diploma courses also. They have given. Also, they have a tie-up with the Coursera, or else edX or Udemy, and quite a lot of things are available. Trainings are available. Also, if you're directly contacting Microsoft, OpenAI, Hugging Face, or else AWS, even if you're talking about the Meta or Google, also, they have come up with Gemini. So they have their own studios. Everything is available. Even NVIDIA also, they have their own frameworks and everything. So which one, kind of you have chosen, based on that vendor, you can go and learn something. But on a high level things, Andrew Ng courses, easily you can able to understand that. Generative AI and the LLMs, that's one. And project managers also, you can able to go learn it. Even PMI also, they have introduced PMI, PMP also, they have introduced a short-term course, quick free, free courses available. So that also, you can able to go refer. A number of resources are available.
Thank you, Govind, for all the information. And to conclude our show, I would definitely ask your final message to the community, from the individuals to small businesses. What is your message on generative AI, how they need to be cognizant in their life journey?
The technology, it keeps on coming. I have seen many technology every 6 months once, new things are coming up. But the important thing is what technology I'm going to use at what cost and what values, it is generating. That's very, very important. Don't get into the race, evaluate carefully, then adapt with the tangible benefits and with good return on the investment or something. That's what, I wanted to highlight.
Thank you. Thank you, Govind, for the insightful on the generative AI. Friends, this is all about today's generative AI. We have learned basic things of generative AI, and we have taken some use cases in the bank. And Govind has explained us very clearly what would be the future on the generative AI, and each and every technology, how it is transforming, and what is our contribution of learning and excelling, upskilling ourselves to be ready for the upward journey, how it's going to be. And please like, share, and also come up with more ideas. And if you know any people, then we can bring on to the show and learn from them. So that's, again, thank you so much from Insight with Praveen Puram show. And keep watching, keep sharing. Thank you, Govind, for your time, and have a wonderful night. And we will see you soon again. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Wish you a happy new year 2024. Have a good day. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.